And we're back. I'm sitting here with Ryan from Parachutes. Ryan, how you feeling after that performance?
Feeling good. Feeling sweaty, definitely.
Yeah.
But no, feeling good.
These beaming lights, yeah,
Definitely.
they definitely get you sweaty. Can I have you, I know you did this during your set, but can you introduce your band and what they play?
For
please?
sure, yeah. So over here we've got Connor on keys, Chet on bass, Martine on drums, and John on lead guitar.
Cool. That's great. I have to say that last song that you played, Wicker Chairs, the first time that I saw you, it was at Amsterdam Barn Hall with Ozone Creations. And I heard that song and I started crying. I actually started crying listening to that. Just because I also have a brother that's close to me in age. So I think it's just a beautiful song, I have to say. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, totally. But let's go through all the songs that you played. So we had Go Back, which released today.
Yes.
How did it feel playing that for the first time after it had been released?
Oh, it was cool. It was one of the first Parachute song that I wrote.
Okay.
So we've been playing it for close to a year now at live shows.
Yeah.
But obviously no one's heard it like in like a professional sort of way until today. So it was really cool, like getting to hear that on the radio and like play it with these guys, like as kind of a celebration of the single.
Yeah, totally. Great. We also had Slip Away and then Someone Else, right? And those have been out for a minute, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And all of these are coming together for an EP that is due to release when?
May 19th.
May 19th.
Yep.
Okay, gearing up. Are there any other single releases that you're doing before then, or was Go Back the last one?
Go Back is the last of the singles.
Okay.
There will be some more on the EP.
Okay.
Wicker Chairs will be on there.
Great.
The title of it is the Wicker Chairs EP.
Great.
So yeah.
Tell me about Wicker Chairs. So that's the song about your brother, right? What does that have to do with your brother, Wicker Chairs?
So we lived together in a house in St. Paul for about a year and a half, kind of like COVID into just a few months ago, and lived with like 5 other best friends, and it was a very like formative time, especially with music. That's like kind of where I started Parachutes. In that house, there was like a sweaty attic. It was like 110 degrees up there, and that's like kind of where everything started. And he is also like kind of my manager and videographer, so we like shot music videos, and we were just doing so much that summer, but also fighting at the same time. And like I'm sure you know how it is with brothers, like you fight over dumb stuff.
Yeah.
And then it came time for him moving across the country, and we've never really like spent that much time apart from each other. And I think it became real on the last day that he was moving. So I wrote that one and played it for him the night before he left.
Wow.
And very emotional, as you can expect.
Yeah, totally.
But the actual name Wicker Chairs, I was telling all my roommates about it, and like I was like so excited, like yeah, I'm calling it Wicker Chairs after our house, and like after these wicker chairs, we sat like on the porch, just like talking all night, and they were like, right, we've never had wicker chairs, like, and I think I had a wicker table, but I just liked the name, so I kept it, and I just like to imagine we were.
That's the vision is there. I can picture that scene that you just painted for us. So you were talking about music videos that you've made. You have one for someone else, right? And then with Rewind, a song that you didn't play today. And the videography for that is very cinematic. I love it, both of them. So your brother does the videography for that?
He did it with Rewind.
I see.
And then he moved, and then Lucas Flores. He's like a director, photographer, just overall really creative person.
Yeah.
One of my best friends. We work together on everything. So he like takes all the photos, all the videos.
Cool.
We like collab on just like concepts for music videos. We're working on the Go Back music video right now.
Oh,
but
awesome.
Yeah, that's like my best friend. Shout out Lucas Flores.
Yeah. Tell me about the process of converting a song into a visual piece. What is that like for you?
I think usually when I'm making it, or like as like in the finishing stages, I'll listen to it, and I can kind of just like picture like Go Back. It was very obvious to me that it would be like a green kind of like night,
Okay.
almost like a night misty music video.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it just like comes as like feelings. Sometimes like with Rewind, it was very fun.
Yeah.
I think I just wanted to like include all my friends, but there was also like a very like underlying theme of like time slipping away.
Okay.
And yeah, Someone Else, I just wanted to have a lot of parts, a lot of moving parts and like changes that reflect the like changes in the song and the changes in the mood.
Totally. Okay, cool. I feel like a lot of your songs are pretty lyrically driven. You seem like a singer-songwriter. So tell me, what are some themes that you like to write about often?
Definitely get into like mental health.
Okay.
Like anxiety and depression. And I think that's kind of an underlying theme. I think a lot of the songs lyrically are pretty like dark and they get pretty deep. And I don't know if it's like on purpose, but the instrumentals tend to be a little bit more upbeat,
Yeah.
a little happier sounding, and it's almost like kind of like a hidden
Oh,
message. Like I've had a lot of people come up to me and be like, "Oh, Rewind is like such a fun summer song," or like,
yeah.
"I love dancing to someone else." But those are like two of the like most darkest like songs of them.
Wow.
But
That's really cool.
yeah,
Is that purposeful, that juxtaposition between the song being kind of upbeat and then the lyrical content being more serious?
I don't think I do it intentionally,
Okay.
like thinking about it, but I think like subconsciously, maybe yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Tell me about some songwriters that you look up to that you that are inspired by.
Oh, definitely Ruben Nielsen from Unknown Mortal Orchestra.
Yeah. Cool.
He's like my all-time favorite artist when it comes to like songwriting and like production-wise. That's who I try to emulate with like mixing and just overall like tones. But his songwriting, definitely look up to him. We're actually going to see him tonight.
Oh,
at
wow.
First Avenue.
That's awesome.
And then I know like a lot of these guys in the band, we like kind of share that same influence. But I don't know. I got really into like folk music, like James Taylor and like Jim Croce when I was younger.
Cool.
But yeah, Otoro y Moi, definitely an influence of mine.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How about Boy Pablo? I feel like your tone is somewhat similar to Boy Pablo. I'm curious if there's an inspiration there.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I got really into him definitely during COVID and
Okay.
kind of like 2017 when everyone got recommended the YouTube video. But
Yeah.
no, definitely into him. I think I'm very inspired by like kind of like a one-man side project like Boy Pablo or like
Totally.
UMO that kind of go in the studio and write by themselves and then like get their friends to play and do a full live band.
Yeah.
So I think that was really inspiring to see.
Cool. I'm curious about that too. So Parachutes is a personal kind of thing to you, but how did you assemble this band that you play with now?
Ooh, it's kind of like I discovered Connor kind of like how Usher discovered Justin Bieber.
Oh, wow.
No, just a lot of overlap like in the local indie scene. Like a lot of these guys play in like over 3 or 4 bands, and just a lot of like introducing through mutual friends. Like I met Martine, he plays in Ivers, and Daphne Jane, and we're really good friends with them. And
Who you just heard last week on
Yep.
Radio K. So thanks to Connor and Martine for coming back this week.
shout out. Yeah, Connor did like a triple set a couple weeks ago at the Ice House, and he's just I don't know. It's cool to have like a just like a close knit group and of like-minded people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, tell me how you broke into the scene. I mean, you're a relatively new act. You're just about to release your new EP, your first one. So tell me about that breaking into the scene that you had.
Yeah. So I was kind of like prepping Parachutes. I didn't really have a name for it, but I started like recording and learning how to produce in quarantine, and then just like developed hundreds of demos and ultimately dwindled it down to like a good selection. And I was looking to release stuff, but I don't think I ever would have really put anything out if someone asked me to play a show in July of 2022. They'd never heard my music or anything.
Oh, wow.
And they kind of just took a shot in the dark. They're like, "Hey, do you want to play 7th Street?" And,
7th Street was your first show.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I hadn't even recorded vocals. A lot of the songs weren't even written yet. And that was like a month before. I had salmonella poisoning when he asked me, so I was just like on my deathbed, like, yeah, I got to do it. So I I don't know, recovered fast and then kind of assembled. I met John, our previous drummer, Jaron, introduced us. Jaron works at Radio K too. But yeah, we just kind of like assembled a team and played shows during the summer, and we've had a couple different variations of the live band, but this is the group so far. But yeah, so it was very, very fast, and I had to put it together quickly. I think a lot of the songs weren't even written for the first couple of shows. I was just kind of spitting lyrics out.
Wow. Really? So
that-
you were just like on the spot. You were like freestyling pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
Or I would pick like one verse and just repeat that over and over, and nobody noticed it because it's it's like a tight room and it's loud. But
Yeah.
I guess fake it till you make it. And then we took a little break of shows in September, like the Amsterdam show that you saw.
Yep.
That was our last show, I think, of the year. And then we took a couple months off until the Chop Shop. And then that was kind of like when I sat down and actually wrote the lyrics and recorded stuff and
Wow.
began to get ready to release.
I love the fake it till you make it story. That's so great.
For sure.
Tell me about your emotions leading up to your first performance. It seems like you weren't necessarily like ready for it. It was kind of like a last minute thing. So what were you feeling like about when you're about to take the stage?
Oh my God, I was so nervous. Like, I don't even really remember much of it. But it was cool. I clicked really well with John right away. He's hiding in that couch over there. But it's a lot less nerve wracking when you have your friends with you, and it kind of just seems like you're hanging out for a while, and then it's like, oh, we need to go on stage right now and
Yeah.
play these songs that like I'd never really sang for anybody before. So I think that was the most nerve wracking part.
Okay, cool. What have been some exciting moments that you've experienced in your journey as an artist so far?
Um,
Highlights.
Highlights. Definitely playing. I don't know. It's cool playing Seventh Street always. Um, I think some of like my highlights are just like meeting people and like developing relationships.
Cool.
In like the scene, like we didn't really know anybody going into it, and
Yeah.
then like became friends with like I don't know if you know Aiden Intro, and like obviously like the Ivers people, Daphne Jane. Like I met like She's Green. We played our like second show with She's Green at a house show, and like I see a couple of them here, and it's cool to like
Yeah.
just like see people like kind of grow with each other.
Totally.
Mhm.
That's awesome. I kind of want to talk about your collaboration with Ozone Creations, being that was the first show that I saw you. You guys played as like the backing band for Ozone Creations. Tell me how that partnership kind of came to be.
Yeah. What show was that?
It was the Amsterdam.
Oh, it was that one. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I met. I don't know if you know like Libyanka. She's from another Afrobeats artist. But
Oh, okay.
I got introduced to her through a mutual friend.
Yeah.
Another photographer named Danny Protis, and we kind of. He just like introduced me. They were looking for a bassist. I showed up with my guitar, and they're like, "Okay, yeah, we definitely want you on guitar rather
Cool.
than bass." And then I just started playing with shows with them. I think November 2020.
Yeah.
And just kind of, I never expected to play in Afrobeats bands.
Yeah, totally.
But I started meeting a lot of people, and they would like ask me yeah, we have a show coming up. We need a guitar player, and then I met Obi Original. I think same time that year, and then got introduced to the whole Ozone collective, and yeah, we've been playing shows since like about 2020.
That's great.
And then I introduced like Connor and Chet to them, and yeah, Parachutes has kind of infiltrated the Ozone scene. But yeah,
That's awesome. Would you like to do more backing band work? Is that something that you enjoy?
yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
I think Parachutes is like a really good outlet for like songwriting and just like creative choices. But it's really fun to get on stage with Obi and like the rest of Ozone and just I don't know. They're like very energetic shows, as you know. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I love like exploring other genres too.
Totally. They know how to put on a show for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. And so do you guys. I had a great time at that show. That was a packed lineup.
Thank you.
Cool. We're getting to time here, so I just want to leave you with a couple more questions. This one is more of a fun one. If you were to build a bill, your dream bill, you're either opening or headlining it. You get 3 other acts to play with you. Who else is playing with you? And where?
Dead
too.
or alive?
Dead or alive. Yep.
Okay. Oh my god.
You have to give me a venue too.
All right. We're gonna go Red Rocks
Oh, nice.
for the venue.
Totally.
I'm gonna say Unknown Mortal Orchestra.
Okay.
He's number 1 up there. I would say that's tough. Maybe Soundgarden
Okay.
if we're going Dead or Alive. Too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, let's pick. I'm trying to think of something that's like a little off the book.
Totally.
Now I'm gonna go Tori Moi.
Very nice.
Top 3. Yeah.
That's a solid show, and at Red Rocks too.
Thank you. What about you?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I've never been asked this before. That's great. Let's see. I do a lot of jazz stuff. So, Dead or Alive. I'm playing with Chick Corea for sure. He's probably gonna headline. Before him, we're gonna do Prince. Prince is in there, and then Stevie Wonder before that, and then I'll open the show because I can't go after any of those guys. And that's and all of them in their prime too.
That's a solid lineup right there. Yeah.
Totally. Well, thank you for asking. I appreciate that. I haven't been able to share my 3. Yeah, cool. And so tell me about some upcoming shows that you have.
Yeah, so we've got a couple coming up. We have an EP release show at the Green Room on May 20th. It'll be the day after the project comes out with Aiden Intro and Ivers. And then yeah, we got a couple kind of like spruced out through April and May, playing at let's see, Amsterdam this weekend on Saturday, and opening for a band called the Slaps,
Cool.
at the Cave, which is like the Carlton kind of
Yep.
venue. But yeah,
Awesome. Great. And then that project is coming out May 19th.
May 19th. Yes.
Okay, great. Awesome. Well, we're definitely looking forward to it. I really appreciate you coming out today to play for us and to talk with me.
Thank you.
Yeah, totally. All right. We're going to send it back to the booth for some more local music until 5 p.m. today. Thank you for sticking with us for Parachutes. Yeah, you're listening to Radio K, Real College Radio.